think that I think they kind of already tried this, but I think eventually we're gonna start to see like a lot of movies from wrestlers, like wrestler biopics, like movies like I know that they're working on a movie based on Hulk Hogan. That got confirmed. I think Chris Hemsworth is playing Hulk Hogan. I know they came out with a movie not too long ago. I'm not actually sure if that movie came out or not. I think it was like Take Me to Something. It was like a wrestling movie about a female wrestler trying to get into the wrestling league, and her parents are like wrestlers and shit. I think that we're gonna start to see like wrestler biopic pics though, biopics, whatever you want to call them. I'm thinking like The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Diamond Dallas Page. You're gonna start to see like these like kind of like what they're doing with like all the music movies, like what they did with like Bohemian Rhapsody and like the Elton John movie. You're gonna start to see the same thing with with wrestler movies. I'm calling it out. You're gonna hear it first. This is me predicting the future. That Hulk Hogan movie, when Chris Hemsworth does it, watch. It's gonna go, and you're gonna see like mad movies. Trust me on that. Anyways, guys, it's Monday. We're back with our live show thing, stream thing. We don't have a name for this particular run of live streams that we're doing, but it's basically me just kind of talking about current events and what's going on in the world and how I feel about some things. And then I also talk about the weed that I'm smoking. Today we're smoking Blue Ocean. I'm almost out, actually. I got this past weekend over at Nature Meds in Phoenix. It's a pretty good strain. Not mad at it. Does what it does. Hits good. Yeah, that's my review on that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. As you guys may or may not know, Donald Trump had his taxes from the past like decade leaked to the public via New York Times, who dropped like a wild article. It's basically talking about how dude paid like $750 in the year he got elected, and basically how he's been dodging taxes for like the past decade by taking losses in all his businesses. It's kind of wild. The thing about that is that like this is the main reason why this dude did not want this stuff to come out, because at the end of the day, it's just not presidential. Now, it doesn't mean that like businesses, like what Donald Trump does with his taxes is what a lot of fucking CEOs and business dudes and the like do on their shit. Trust me, like he is not like an outlier in the grand scheme of like how corporate entities and CEOs and all these dudes run their shit. The thing that's fucked up about it, obviously, is that this dude eventually became president mostly by keeping those taxes from hitting the public. That was like his, if you really think about like his entire campaign and all that shit, like his taxes being leaked was like, that was a really big deal to him. He did not want that to happen. And even now, as they are leaked, he's coming out like, oh, well, they're still being audited. Audited for what, bro? It's clown shoes. I just know that, like, if any other president, especially Obama, had his taxes leaked like that, it'd be ugly, bro. But, unfortunately, we are now in a state in a time where the lines in the sand have been drawn, the sides have been taken. It kind of doesn't matter. If you're a Trump supporter right now, I don't think his taxes matter. I don't think his taxes leaking are going to change your perception of him at this point. Like, you're probably already so dug deep and so all in on this that it doesn't really matter. This dude, he said it himself, he can go in the middle of the street and shoot somebody and his fans will still be around. His supporters will still be around. So, for me, it's like the taxes leaking is a little bit too little too late. I guess it might be for those who were on the fence and don't know who they're going to vote for. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel like, You know, we're going to see a lot of wild stuff over the next couple months. Scandal, Hail Mary. Just think about the last election. It got really, really ugly in those last couple months, and we're about to see it again. I just know that I was gonna say that it was like, yeah, man. If Obama had only paid $750 in taxes the year he got elected, it'd be wild. It would be insane, bro. It would be everywhere. I mean, it already is everywhere with Trump. I'm just saying that it's a level of hypocrisy, and I'm not gonna pull any race cards or anything like that. It's more of a classism thing, like I said, because every CEO, like how much did Jeff Bezos pay in taxes? I know his company didn't pay shit. But I'm curious to know how much Jeff Bezos paid in taxes last year. You'll be surprised. I bet you'd be fucking surprised in that one too. Or maybe not. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Anyways, the grand scheme of things, man, is like, you know, things are gonna get fucky. You know, stick to you and yours. Protect your people. And just know that it's only gonna get worse from here. You're gonna see more crazy news in the streets. You're gonna see more scandal, more just dumb shit. So, you know, buckle up, buckaroos. Buckle up, buckaroos. Here we go. Speaking of buckle up, buckaroos, how many of y'all are excited for that new South Park episode? It's kind of wild, right? Like how South Park is like the voice of morality right now in America. They always come with the truth and the facts. And they're like the even though it's hilarious, everything that they say in their stuff is always true. And it's funny. Much love to them. I'm excited to watch the episode. I think it drops on Wednesday, so. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you are watching this because of my other caption. You 38 and you still rapping, That's quoted from The Game, famously, from his song, One Blood. I think he was dissing Jay-Z in that song, if I recall correctly. I don't remember. He was talking about some old rapper. But the point is that I want to say in 2017, The Game eventually came out when he was 38 years old and did a freestyle where he used that same bar and says, I'm 38 and I'm still rapping now. The point I'm trying to get to in all this is that if you are over the age of 30 and you are still rapping, then you really love this shit. You really believe in the art and the culture of it. Hopefully. Ideally. It's not always the case for a rapper. I just don't imagine that if you're over the age of 30, that your goals are to blow up and be famous. Because whether you like it or not, hip-hop is a young man's game. It's about the youth. This is not saying that older generations can't enjoy and participate in the culture, but their expectations have to be shifted to something a little bit more logical and tangible in the grand scheme of what they are trying to do. And this is coming from somebody who's 36 years old and put out 3 EPs this year. Like, I do it because I love to do it. I really enjoy making music. I've always made music since I was fucking, I don't know, 8 years old. So I made my first song. And it's a part of me, like it's a core of me. And I feel like I'll always be making music until I die. But at some point, you know, there's a reality where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna be fucking. Everybody, see, I knew someone was gonna mention 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz is one rapper out of fucking a million rappers. You cannot use 2 Chainz as an example in this conversation because also, if you follow 2 Chainz's career, he was signed to Ludacris well before he was even known as 2 Chainz. He has a storied career and clout in the industry. It wasn't like 2 Chainz woke up as a 34-year-old man and was like, I'm going to be a rapper, and then just started rapping. And for every 2 Chainz, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of rappers who are over the age of 30 who will not be as successful as 2 Chainz. So let's not use 2 Chainz as an example because it's not kosher. I knew someone was going to say that, and I had that pow ready to go. Anyways, the point being is that if you're doing it, you should be doing it for love. Period. Anyways, it doesn't matter what age you are, right? But what I'm saying is that if you're doing it right and you're really about it for the culture and all that, that love will only grow stronger. And your passion for expressing yourself through that medium will only be stronger. So The idea is that you have to really love this shit. I'm not saying you shouldn't be trying to blow up at age 36. I'm just saying that the likelihood of that is probably a lot less likely than getting into the NBA to blow up at 34. Yeah, you bring up the example of him being signed at like 30. It was actually like 28. I want to say. The point being is that he's one out of hundreds of thousands of rappers. So just because one dude did it doesn't mean that everybody who's at the age of 30 should be like, man, I should go try and sign to what's it called? Sounds like I gave up, old head. No, dog, I just put out music. I just dropped a music video yesterday. Clearly, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I even know who you are, Chitindi. The point being is that if you're doing this music shit, you're doing it because you love to do it. I've been making more music or making more money off my music than I have ever before. But I'm not over here trying to like blow the fuck up and be all over fucking TikTok and shit. It's just logical. Like, I know my audience. I know exactly who my fan base is. And I'm cultivating that and I'm creating that. You look at an artist like Black Thought, for example. He's a prime example. Black Thought's been grinding his ass off his entire time, and he's a well-respected artist, but he's not over here trying to cater to fucking dudes who listen to Lil Durk. Right? Why would he? He's cultivated his fan base. He's grown through the years with his team, with his people. And that's really what it's all about, is like finding your demographics and the people who really fuck with you, and it's cultivating that. You keep doing that, you're good. And you don't have to ever like step foot on the set of MTV Video Music Award or anything like that, or any of that shit. Like, that's the thing about it. I think that's the biggest misconception of all this shit, is the fact that like, I think there's like an absolute mentality to it, where it's like, if I don't blow up, then I fail, right? Or I fail in the eyes of whoever's judging me, or I'm just I have to blow the fuck up, right? And when I blow the fuck up, that means that I'm touring the world and I'm doing songs with Taylor Swift and shit like that. But the grand scheme of it is that music is everywhere, bro. Everywhere. It's the most like invasive sense that you have in your world, is that when you walk into a store, you hear music. That could be your music. And you don't have to get paid billions of dollars to do that. You hop on fucking YouTube and you hear like all these songs in the background, all these beats. You watch VH1 and you hear rapper songs. Basically what I'm talking about right now is sync licensing. But what I'm saying is that there are multiple ways to get your music out there and get heard without worrying about being famous. And if your goal is to rap to be famous and you're like old as shit, then you're dumb as fuck. But the point is, you can make plenty of money, get it popping, do your thing, and never be seen by anybody who's like a major record deal or any of that shit. Let's read some of these comments popping. Lupe Fiasco. Yeah, Lupe Fiasco's the man, dude. He's doing very well for himself and just doing his shit. Oh shit, OC, what's up? You're back in AZ? Oh, I'm in Phoenix. I've been there for a minute, but yeah, let's link up, man. Hit me up. I'm justifying my failures. I just said that I'm very successful as an artist. So, Mr. Banda or Mrs. Banda with the no profile pic and the shady name, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about, bro. So, have fun with all that. Real artistry is completely sustainable. Yeah, it's basically what I'm saying, is that like, there's the idea of being sustainable as an artist, which is vastly different than being famous as an artist. Because even if you're famous as an artist, doesn't mean that you're sustainable. Check out my last video talking about how the industry will fuck you over. You can go get signed to Universal tomorrow and get a $8 million advance and then be a slave to that label for the rest of your life and be on the bench for the rest of your life with your music never being coming out because for whatever reason. Or you can be independent, doing your thing as fucking, independent artist, getting a grind and dropping music on your website, popping that shit, making a living. Prime example right here, doing great. Futuristic is killing it by doing things to promote his songs and albums. Yeah, Futuristic is a 100% independent artist. He's a prime example of somebody who is building a structure around his artistic brand. And one could argue, because Futuristic did songs with whatever that band was, and was on Jimmy Fallon, and his trajectory was peaking at some point. But I would argue that he is more financially sustainable and successful now than he was when he was peaking back then, because he's created a whole universe around his art and his talent. And that's kind of how you do it. I'm very excited to hear to see what his new website's about, the Indie Amplify. It's a game changer. Dude's out here changing games. Oh, yeah. Anyways, so the point is that, like, I'm over here trying to shit on rappers, and I think that's what this dude over here, this bandit dude, is like upset about. It's probably over 30, probably trying to get popping. Keep doing you, man. I don't think that, like, I'm not trying to tell you not to do it. What I'm telling you is that if you change your expectations and you change your trajectory, goals, and your understanding of the game, you could be much more happy, much more financially stable, instead of trying to chase fucking dragons and do all this dumb shit that motherfuckers are doing. Like, oh, motherfuckers have songs on TikTok, I need to have a song on TikTok, etc. and so forth, and just focus on your fucking fan base that supports you and does what you do. You'll be way more happy, sustainable, and successful. Bet that. This is speaking from somebody who has dealt with this. So if you're 38 and you're still rapping, that's great, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons. Because if you're sitting here at 38 and you're still rapping, and you're over here trying to, like, chart on the fucking Hot 100 with your fucking trap song about pussy, like, bruh, everybody's got trap songs about pussy. And you're 38, so there's some motherfucker who is like 19 who has a cooler song, and also a more susceptible fan base and demographic that's gonna do better than you. And you're gonna be like, oh man, well, my song about pussy is really good. Probably, but you know, keep in mind, dog, and I say this like almost every fucking video, that every day 40,000 songs drop on Spotify. Every fucking day. Right now. Like, when you woke up, there's 40,000 new songs on Spotify. It might be higher now. It might be like 50,000 songs. Every day. Every day. Quick maths on that. 50 times 7 is, that's not the right button, times 7. 350 is 350,000 songs a fucking week. That's over a million songs, brand new songs from artists all over the world, different ages, different names, dropping on Spotify every day. It's a lot of music, dog. And it's like, how you gonna break that static? You should probably be focusing more on cultivating your brand, your name, your foundation. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to switch it up, right? Like, if you're unless you're killing it. I mean, if you're over here selling shit out your trunk, which people don't do anymore. If you're over here killing it on the iTunes downloads or whatever, every drop, fucking do you, right? But obviously the grand scheme of things is that I would hope that you would want to grow and reach new heights in your career. And if you're at 38 and you're over here trying to, like, play dive bars and shit still, because you're trying out the songs from your debut album that you haven't put out yet because you're trying to perfect it or whatever dumb shit, you're going to have a hard battle. I'm not saying that you're going to fail. I'm just saying that the likelihood of you being able to do what you dreamed of doing, which is, like, I don't know, touring with Nas or some shit, is going to be a little bit more difficult. And it's less because of your talent. You could be talented as fuck, right? It's more about understanding that, like I said at the top of the video, this is a young man's game. This is a game that is about the kids and the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, the kids love this shit, and they really don't
care. He's getting called out by his teacher like, you don't want to have his whiteboard.
Okay.
So it's your whiteboard, let's go.
All right. So, anyways, school shit. I gotta take care of that here in a bit. The point being is that you got to, as a 30-year-old rapper or older, whatever age range you may be in, understand that at the end of the day, just do it because you love it. Do it for the culture, which is a weird phrase, do it for the culture, but do it because your heart wants to do it. Because if you treat this like a mental cerebral thing where it's like, man, if I go over here and I get 5,000 plays on my YouTube page and all this shit, I'm gonna blow the fuck up and I'm gonna get signed. And then I'm gonna be famous and I'm gonna be touring. Especially now, dog, with COVID hitting, This is actually a really prime opportunity for older rappers to really tap into their fan base and really like connect with like people who are like-minded like them, especially now. Take advantage of it. Connect with your people. Reach out to folks, people who fuck with your music. Talk to them. Ask them why they fuck with your music. Ask them if they'll share and support your music. It's really a lot harder to be just like out there popping and people be like, oh shit, that dude's popping. It happens. But if you look at anybody who is quote unquote popping, there's an entire engine around them that creates that idea of being popping. If you're out here independent grinding, then you got to go out there and do it yourself. You got to reach out here. You got to shake the hands and kiss the babies and do all that jazz. It's a lot of work. But that's the whole point of it, right? And if you're over 30 and you got kids and shit, and you got a career that's not rapping, and you're over here, it's a lot to consider. And I'm not saying you should quit, because I do this shit full time, right? This is like what I do, right? Like I do art and media full time, so I make money. And I'm 36, and I'm still dropping albums, and I made plenty of money off of all the drops I'm doing. So for me, it's like cool. Like I'm happy. For me, I'm just going to continue to cultivate my fan base, but I'm also working on other shit. Like I'm working on my movie, The Bond. Great segue. So if you guys look at the link, the caption here, this is like the YouTube ad in the middle of the fucking talking thing. There's a link somewhere here, maybe there, maybe there. You click on that link, it's going to take you to a GoFundMe page. On the GoFundMe page, there's a video. That video is a trailer that I shot with the homies. It's an action sequence. It's got punches and kicks and shit. And basically what we're trying to do is turn this trailer into a full thing. So in order to do that, we gotta get some money. I ain't trying to spend the money in my back pocket because, you know, it's my Apple money for my kid. So I'm asking y'all to help me out. Hit that link, drop $1, drop $2, drop $10. Some people drop $200. I mean, any amount of money does help a great deal. So I appreciate you for doing that already if you haven't already. And basically, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Like, we're doing a soundtrack to this film as well. I see that if OC Notes is still in here, it'd be nice to get an OC Notes beat on this fucking soundtrack. That'd be tight. I'm going to talk to you about it here though. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing. We're out here trying to raise money for this film. I'm still working on the script. I've been doing a lot of location scouting. I've been buying fucking costumes and props and shit, and things are looking pretty good. I'm very excited about it. A lot of people seem to be excited about it. Got people hitting me up about it. So, you know, we're about to do this thing. We're about to do this thing and get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be good. I don't know what this face is. It's kind of like my De Niro face, and the accent is terrible. But you know, it's just a thing. Anyways, oh, what's up, Joey? See you. I see you. Yeah, I think I said everything that I needed to say at this point. How are we looking time-wise? Oh, 23 minutes, man. It's a short video today. Usually I'm talking shit for 30 minutes. But that's fine, because I have to go yell at my son for not doing well in school or whatever the fuck that was about. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you keep watching these videos, because basically I'm doing these videos every day until I decide that we made enough money for this film. Or I feel like I'm tired of it, whatever comes first. So if you're sick of me seeing these videos every morning, just fucking up your timeline, you can get me off of these videos faster by donating. Yeah, because the closer we get to the thing, the less likely I'm going to go. You know what I'm saying? This is all marketing. So if you don't want to see me, I mean, you can obviously just defriend me or block me or unfollow me. But, you know, I'm just trying to. Anyways, love you all. Be safe. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Peace.